way is to begin by listening. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds going on around you. Where do the sounds come from? Really listen. Can you hear the past? Can you hear the future? Dig that sound. Dig that sound. You won't have any images about the sound going on in your mind. You'll simply become completely absorbed in sound. Just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. Let them go. Don't judge the sounds. There are no proper sounds or improper sounds. You don't have to try to understand anything. Just listen to the sound. It's all just sound.
Well. Welcome back to another edition of Moving in the Right Direction Radio right here, right now on CIUT 89.5 FM in Toronto. My name is David James. I'm your programmer and host and executive producer, all in one for this amazing radio show established in 2007, still going strong today. Kicking things off with brand new music from Andre Zimmer, Hypnotizing. And you might know the sample here, a bit of a rework from a 90s UK rave classic. And speaking of rave classics, it's part one of our Better Days special, Better Days reunion happening in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the first Saturday of October at the Geary Street Warehouse. More details shortly. Yes, most definitely. What an incredible way to start off the show this morning. Music from Carrol, a track called Hypnotizing, brand new from Andre Zimmer. My name is David James. We're going to take you on a journey today for this thing we call independent electronic music. As we mentioned at the top of the show, it's our Better Days Part 1 reunion special. We'll be playing some music from the era and maybe hearing from a couple surprise special guests. Who knows? Hold tight for that. In the background, brand new music from Pirelli, a track called Take You on the Ride. Still to come in this hour, we got music from Black V-Neck, who were guests on the show a little while back. Life on Planets, they have a new collaboration, new track out on Dirty Bird. Adelphi Music Factory, we got music from Sarah Story and Joe Goodard, a nice one there coming from that camp. Also, Radio Slave with Jerome Robbins on the remix, Mochak, Junior Lopez, and so much more. It's going to be a power-packed hour, house techno, drum and bass.
Listening to Movin' in the Right Direction Radio on 89.5 FM in Toronto.
You are listening to Moving in the Right Direction Radio 89.5.
Everything when she pull back, be like, how so she hit the jack. She can ride that thing. I can handle that. Slim thick girl, I can handle that. Slim thick girl, I can handle that.
You're listening to Moving in the Right Direction Radio on 89.5 FM in Toronto.
And that's the bottom line, I need your love. Or just a little time, I need your love. And that's the bottom line, I need your love. Or just a little time, I need your love. And that's the bottom line, I need your love. Or just a little time, I need your love. And that's the bottom line, I need your love. Or just a little time, I need your love. And that's the bottom line, I need your love. Or just a little time, I need your love. And that's the bottom line, I need your love. Or just a little time, I need your love. La 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 la. I need your loving.
We just finished hearing from the Adelphi Music Factory a track called Deep Drip. Actually, no, that was before. We heard Black V-Neck and Life on Plans with Deep Drop. Off of Adelphi Music Factory after that with Your Lovin'. Kicking off the show with Andre Zimmer, a track called Hypnotizing. Pirelli in the mix will Take You on a Ride. This one of my picks of the week, Sarah Story, Joe Goodard, a track called Keep Needing. Has that kind of 90s deep house music garage feel. Hope you're feeling good on a Thursday morning. A little spike in your coffee, is it? Yes, Moving in the Right Direction Radio. My name is David James. We go to 10 o'clock. We've only just begun in some respects. We've got some drum and bass coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Music from Junior Lopez, Chris Stussy, and more.
Has this been going on? I wasted too many nights. Oh, I wasted so much time. How long has this been going on? I questioned too many times. Oh, but then you changed my mind.
Big tune right there from Sarah Story, Joe Goodard, a track called Keep Needing. Love it. One of my picks of the week. Going to be on the rotation for quite some time. Coming into the mix, up next, Jerome Robbins on the remixing Radio Slaves, Grindhouse. Goes like this.
By the people, for the people. CIUT 89.5 FM.
beef on Twitter, don't put me in your medicine. You say I'm a mugger, you put the trap all look in the entrance. Trap, hold on, let me make one call. You say that the bruck came quickly, everything do to make man fool. You say that the bruck came nifty, if I thing on kiss me, diss me. What 3P sneaky with a dip? Short boy that come try diss me. Man, I get quang quang. Like true say, man, I get pulled. You say, man, I get quang quang. Take girl with the makeup on, without that shit, she a dead thing. Don't do expensive clothes, that's why my yard do looking expensive. You say, I'm a market, you put a trap on me, meet the engine. Man, I get boom. You say, man, I get, you say, man, I get, you say, man, I get quang quang. Man, I get boom. You say, man, I get, you say, man, I get, you say, man, I get quang quang.
By the people, for the people. CIUT 89.5 FM is the sound of your
Man, I
city.
get boom. You say, man, I get quang quang. She looks pen with the makeup on. Without that shit, she a dead thing. My 10-10s with a 1-10 of black light. Blending, black light. Man, I get quang quang. Like true say, man, I get pulled. You say, man, I get quang quang. Take girl with the makeup on, without that shit, she a dead thing. Don't do expensive clothes, that's why my yard do looking expensive. You say, I'm a market, you put a trap on me, meet the engine. Man, I get boom. You say, man, I get, you say, man, I get, you say, man, I get quang quang. Man, I get boom. You say, man, I get, you say, man, I get, you say, man, I get quang quang.
Oh yeah, I love this one. Another pick of the week, that's for sure. Storming through the first hour of the program in the background music from Moshak. Of course, he destroyed Electric Island this summer. Seems so long ago. As the weather cools down, but the party continues to heat up right here on a Thursday morning on Moovin' Right Direction Radio. Coming up very shortly, music from Luca Lessi, Jordan Brando, Junior Lopez, Toronto's own, Chris Dussy, one of the most innovative artists coming out over the last few years out of the UK, alongside Locklead coming up very shortly, a track called Cross Boundaries, some drum and bass action for you, a couple of white label bootlegs, all before 8 o'clock in the morning. After 8 o'clock, we'll celebrate Better Days UK coming up in a few weeks at the Geary Street Warehouse, one of the pioneering, most magnificent rave companies during the mid-1990s, at the height of the rave scene here in Canada. We'll be playing some music from the era, dropping a special mix, plus maybe a couple surprise guests. Part 1, we got tickets to give away to Better Days UK also, so hold tight for that. It's well worth it. 89.5, Buffalo Berry, Culper to Kitchener, we get you up to get down. music from Locklead and Chris Stussy. Love it. The innovator Chris Stussy doing fine things over the last couple years. Love his sound. Deep, dreamy, melodic. Perfect for a Thursday morning right here on Moon Right Direction Radio. A track called Across Boundaries. Up next, music from Toronto's own Junior Lopez. And a track called Terra Libra. We also have some drum and bass action to fit in before 8 o'clock in the morning. A couple of light label bootlegs. Plus music from Canada's own Polaris. All that, so much more. After 8 o'clock, brand new music from Robert Owens will kick things off. We got tickets to give away to Better Days UK coming up in a couple of weeks. All that and so much more. We go to 10 o'clock in the morning. We're moving in the right direction, getting you up to get down each and every Thursday.
Curated by the people, for the people. CIUT 89.5 FM is the sound of your city.
You're listening to Movin' in the Right Direction Radio on 89.5 FM in Toronto.
a little late in the game, but nonetheless, our drum and bass set ready for you. A couple white label tracks. We're just going to call these Untitled 6 and Untitled 3. Yeah, something like that. Hope you're enjoying the program. Give us a shout on Facebook, Instagram, Moovin Radio on Instagram, Moving the Right Direction Radio on Facebook. Still to come, tickets to give away to Better Days. We'll be celebrating Better Days Part 1 reunion. A little bit of a preview coming up in the next hour or so. Music from Robert Owens. He's been on the show before. We're moving in the right direction. Drum and bass action.
You're listening to Moving in the Right Direction Radio on 89.5 FM in Toronto.
Up next, music from Polaris, a track called One More Time. Before that, a couple white label bootlegs. We'll call them Untitled 3 and 6. Brilliant piece right here from a Canadian artist. Yes, most definitely does not get better than this. What a way to end hour number one. Coming up on hour number two, we'll kick things off with Sydney Charles. We also have music from Robert Owens and Ewan McVicker. Tickets to give away to Better Days UK coming up very shortly. All that and so much more. We rock your radio. We certainly get you up to get down on a Thursday morning. We're moving in the right direction. CIUT. Back at it here on Moving the Right Direction Radio, CIUT 89.5. And want to announce, I'm sure you've heard already if you're a big fan of this type of music, that Ron Carrol passed away on the weekend and actually had done his last summer gig for 2025 in Chicago, an outdoor party, and he passed away after that. Massive loss to the independent music scene in Chicago, America, and around the world. Of course, Ron Carrol was responsible, amongst others, for expanding the genre that we know of in terms of gospel house music, soulful house music. Not only did he do those kind of productions, he was a vocalist, he was a songwriter and DJ producer, but also did acid house, did jackin' house, did tech house, and produced over 1,300 tracks in his career. And a non-timely loss, a big loss to our scene. In respect to that, we're going to play tribute to Ron Carrol with a few tracks and a little bit of a mini mix of some of his hits, including this one goes back to 2003, Heart and Soul featuring Ron Carrol, Back Together Again. This one was certainly on my playlist for a long, long time, an absolute house classic. I have it on vinyl. So once again, rest in peace. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, we'll be dropping some Ron Carrol treats and really giving you a demonstration of this eclectic nature of this amazing artist and human being. Ron Carrol, rest in peace, Chicago pioneer.
the pain inside. I need you in my life forever. This time we'll take our time and savor the sweet love we feel for one another. For the rest of our lives, I'll be your lover. Yeah. I never meant to make you cry. Never meant to make you cry. Never meant to say goodbye. No, 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 no. And put things together. My love, the promises I made hurt you. I know they hurt you, baby. None of them became what's true. I wanna come back to you and put things together. Let's keep us together. Let's share love forever. Don't leave me never. Hold on to the future. Let's keep us together. Let's share love forever. Don't leave me never. Hold on to the future. Let's keep us together. Let's share love forever. Don't leave me never. I know we need to bring it back together. Let's keep us together. I know we need to stay together. Please stay with me. Please stay with me. Hold on to the future. No, I didn't mean it. I know they hurt you, baby. Oh, my love, my love, my love, my love. I know they hurt you, baby. I know they hurt you, baby. I know they hurt you, baby. Said I wanna come back to you and put things together.
My prayer to you. My prayer to you. My prayer to you. This is my prayer to you. My prayer to you. This is my prayer to you. My prayer to you. This is my prayer to you. My prayer to you. This is my prayer to you. My prayer to you. This is my prayer.
Yes, most definitely. You're locked in tight to a very special tribute mix to the late, great Ron Carrol. Passed away at the age of 57. We started the tribute set with Heart and Soul featuring Ron Carrol back together again. Ron Carrol, The Prayer, Don Tallman and Ron Carrol in collaboration, Why You Are on the dub remix. In the background, Acid Nature, Beatbox coming up next. More of the deep acid house flavors from Ron Carrol. And as I mentioned at the top of this tribute, the guy was really diverse in terms of his music, productions, and DJ sets. He recently performed at the Wiggle Room in Toronto. Back into it. as we move from the late great Ron Carrol to a Toronto sensation. Juno winner Greg Gow with a new track out called The Judgment. You know the sample on this one, love it, classic. Well, here are a couple of tracks from Greg Gow. We'll hear The Judgment in the background, Delta Waves. Then we'll move to Montreal for the legendary queen of techno in Canada, Mistress Barbara, alongside Nicole Mudabar, giving us a track called Nuit Notre. And Lustro in the mix coming up. Paul Thomas giving you a take on Sweet Harmony, beloved covered version from the 1990s. Back into it. total absolute classic in the background right now. Lusterall, a track called Every Time with Nail and Kane on the remix. Yes, love it. Beautiful track. Reworked recently by an artist. I gotta figure that out. Just released this week. I'll have that for you next week on the program, including the track. Before that, Mistress Barbara, Nicole Mudaber with Newt Notre. Great gal with a couple of hits there. Delta Waves and The Judgment. Still to come, music from Catherine Amy, Paul Thomas, going back to 2018. Sweet Harmony, covering the beloved 90s classic. Let's get back into it. Don't forget, next week, special guest Scott Turner, radio icon right on this radio station, talking about all kinds of projects he's working on. Plus, we'll be chatting and reminiscing about the Better Days production crew. Better Days is back October 4th. You know it. Keep it locked. Oh, yes, as promised. Paul Thomas, Catherine Amy, Sweet Harmony, covering the classic Beloved from the Beloved, Sweet Harmony, released in the 1990s. Up next, we have music from Sosa out of Montreal. Cora on the production of this one. Cora has been doing amazing things over the last few years, starting off as a local DJ producer from Montreal, spreading across Canada, now internationally known. Cora giving us Sosa. Up next. Yes, most definitely. The sounds of Cora here on a Thursday morning. Once again, out of Montreal, doing big things internationally and across the world. Great. Congratulations to him. Copy up next. We want to celebrate a new compilation to be released this November. We have an advanced preview, a North American radio premiere. It's called External Volume 1. External Volume 1, featuring a compilation of Indigenous two-spirited artists. Of course, in terms of diversity of independent electronic music, we definitely want to expand our horizons and include everyone in terms of airplay here on CIUT. This, in particular, is quite an amazing compilation. We're going to play one of the tracks off the compilation, and once again from External Volume 1, a compilation from Exclude Records. It'll be available on a download stream, and press kits, pre-orders, all available now, and we'll upload those links to the Moving in the Right Direction Facebook page. Number one track off this album from Mercy Angels, a track called Indigenous Resistance. We'll be playing this throughout the next couple weeks. Once again, official release date in November of 2025, celebrating two-spirited American Indigenous artists from the trans community. Moving in the right direction. It's been a pleasure to musically serve you. We'll see you next week right here on this radio station between 7 and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming up at 10 o'clock if you're listening live and direct on a Thursday, Democracy Now! Until next week, see ya.
But you're always using your voice. We don't got your privilege. We don't got your access. We don't have your power. Don't forget about terror. Central, South, and North America. We are